Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Finspo Show. Today I'm having a chat with my friend Farzan Kamdin, who has just completed his master's in physiotherapy at Leeds Beckett University, and he's working with Charlton Athletic Football Club right now. We've discussed a lot about India's future in sport, India's current performance at the Olympics. We've had some controversial opinions as well, and we're excited about the future. And also, we've discussed the differences in sport tech in the UK to here. So I'm really excited to be sharing this chat. I felt it was an amazing one, and I'm happy to share it with you.
Hey, good to see you.
Hello,
What's
Pratik. Good to see
happening?
you as well.
How was your trip, dude? Firstly, looked mad.
I know it was quite good. So it was a 10-day trip.
Yeah,
Uh, the first 5 days I was in Paris to see the Olympics,
that's
and
mad.
yeah, and the next 5 days I was at the South Coast, which was quite how would I say, seemed quite overpriced to me.
Oh,
Only,
because
only
why?
uh,
Why do you think so? The
I
season?
I just saw all the rich people in the world just coming there for vacation, and I thought maybe I'm a little out of place here. But the views were stunning.
Yeah, there was
The
it Cannes or like which area was this?
So I was living in Cannes,
Uh,
yeah, in a apartment,
yeah,
and we rented a car. It was me, my uncle, and my brother,
yeah.
and then we
Vibes.
kept roaming.
It's just vibes.
I
Like,
know, just why.
yeah, Cannes Film Festival and everything we've watched growing up, and like obviously it wasn't on right now, but
Yeah,
how
yeah.
was the Olympics? Did
Oh,
you?
Olympics, I think it was very well organized. I know there were a lot of negative comments about the opening ceremony and everything.
Yeah.
Uh, I felt the three events that I saw, which was badminton, hockey, and athletics, it was quite good.
Oh man, like India also. I mean, India didn't perform as well as we hoped to.
Yeah.
But I mean, from the hierarchy, I feel like that's the first sport that's the first thing that's going to get a push in India. Do you agree with that? In from what it looks like,
Yes, but which sport do you think in
just
all the
like
sport?
just basically focusing on Olympic gold medals, and that might be the first priority for India. Then, like for thinking about any other sport development.
Yes, but then what that would do is it might put other sports behind, and we may start focusing only on a select few sports.
Yeah.
But I do understand. I was seeing how we performed in Tokyo, and I think we have gone a step back.
Controversial, but no, I like it. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people are saying the same thing, and it's weird.
Yeah.
There was someone, the chairperson of AISTS, it's a university here in
Yeah.
Ravneet Gill. I think he said that our performances were better, like than the Tokyo Olympics. But
Right.
even I mean, I'm on the edge when it comes to this. Like maybe we found one or two athletes who performed better, but yeah, I mean, it's not showing for some.
Yeah. I think there are a lot of factors that are going on, and now that I've been in the UK for 3 years, I kind of see the stark difference
Yeah,
and the gaps I feel that could be filled up in the Indian sports industry
you
for
need
us.
to tell me. You need to tell me that you went to UK, but why was it? I saw you when we were like at Roots. You were
Yeah,
happy here. You were working here, enjoying life. What
yeah,
made you choose like going there?
right. So, as you know, whilst working at Roots, I was also playing in one of the seasons.
Right. Yeah.
So, I've been a big football fanatic since the start, and I wanted to be a professional football player. But because that couldn't happen, and I was good at biology, I had to do something that keeps me close to the sport.
Yeah.
And Indian parents, they would just consider doctor or engineer.
Yeah.
My my parents were no different. They told me you will become a doctor because you're good at biology. But on a random day, I was watching IPL and a player got injured, and someone ran on the field with a medical bag. And I asked my dad, "Who is this guy?" He said, "That's a sports physiotherapist."
Oh.
Yeah, and since that day, it's been in my head that this is what I want to be. I never knew. that there was a field called sports physiotherapy. Until then, I must be 16 or something.
That, yeah, I mean, this was
Yeah,
like instant decision, like at 16. That was very nice. And then you just
exactly.
kept
Yeah,
following that path. Did
yeah.
you start studying like your bachelor's here? Or the...
Yes, I did my bachelor's in Mumbai.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, I mean, like now that you have done your bachelor's here and then you did your master's there, what do you see like the difference? I mean, UK, obviously, from Australia, my experience in Australia, I can tell you the kind of high
yeah,
performance centers what they have.
yeah,
That's a big difference, like
yeah,
the training there. And what
yeah,
do you feel was the difference in the
yeah.
UK?
Right. So where I did my master's, it was from Leeds Beckett University in Leeds. There are two unis from where the Olympic athletes go. So Leeds Beckett and Loughborough are the two unis where the
Okay.
Olympic athletes train.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's a combination of research and practical.
Okay.
Whereas in India, I think it's more theory and practical. The research is kind of lacking.
Okay, that's a very good point.
Yes.
Because okay, so research, do you mean that getting the journal articles and yeah, doing it, they make you do it as well, or is research just getting the articles and making a full study? Do they make you actually do some research as well?
Yeah, yeah. So for all masters, it's compulsory to do a research as well.
Okay.
It's called dissertation and it's part of your course.
Right.
Yeah. But during the course, in different modules or subjects that we have, they'll ask you to go through the recent research about a certain subject.
Okay.
Whereas in India, I feel we are still sticking to textbooks which are 10 years old.
No, yeah, no, too much is changing too fast, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and do you get to like like I know that you're working with a football club right now. How's
Yeah.
that going?
Oh, that's brilliant. There is a little bit of burnout, I would say,
Oh man, okay.
because it's not your typical 9 to 5
In,
job.
yeah.
They would
But
say,
dude, like your passion is there. I mean, what did you think? How easy or difficult was it to get that first entry
yeah,
into it? Because like we keep hearing about, the first preference for locals and
yeah,
stuff. That's a big
yeah,
feeling that everyone has.
yeah.
So how was that?
So it took me 8 years to get here.
Okay, what?
Yeah, including education and working.
Uh,
Yeah,
so
it was,
yeah, you put in the hard yards.
yeah,
That seems, my God, 8 years.
yeah, yeah. And I worked in different sports before getting in football. So I worked part-time in rugby and American football, which is
Yeah.
not American football is not very famous in UK, but rugby is still at a decent level. Then
Hmm.
I worked in ice hockey.
Oh, mad.
Yes,
I used to keep seeing you working in ice hockey, and I was like,
yeah,
man, that's wild. Like UK, I didn't know had an ice hockey scene.
yeah, yeah. Even I wasn't aware until I got the job. Then I realized it has a decent fan following and everything.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's in top 5 or top 10 in the world, I think. Yeah.
How's the football team right now? And ours are obviously crazy, as you say, but
Yeah.
from that, how's the experience going?
Oh, it's fantastic. So I got to learn a lot of things that happen on a daily day, which we wouldn't know from outside. The preparations that go in the background leading up to a match on a Saturday.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah. So a typical week would look like Monday, Tuesday training, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday training, and then Saturday you have the game. All
Right.
the preparations go in making sure that the players hit the peak performance on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also felt like training football teams abroad, they train as if like, they are rehearsing a skit or a drama, like, like the team is just rehearsing what they're going to do. Whereas here it's like constant repetitive drills and drills and drills. But over there,
Yeah.
it's like proper, like mentally visualizing what's going to happen on Saturday.
True, true,
You feel that?
true. Yep. And also the coaches get a lot of variations in the drills.
Yeah.
So every day they try to do something different and they would email the session of the next day
Yeah.
beforehand to all the staff members so we know what the players are going to do next day.
That's what. And
Yeah.
like everyone's prepared before coming in.
Exactly.
It makes such a big difference. Like if
Yeah,
you otherwise, you're reacting, and whereas you're ready and ready, set, formed up already in your mind that this is what I'm going to do.
exactly. Yeah,
And in your university,
yeah,
now that you're saying that these universities are the top-notch ones where Olympic athletes come from, the
yeah,
Loughborough and Leeds, uh,
yeah.
was there like crazy? Do you get to see like crazy tech that you don't see in India? Uh,
Uh,
that that they have some advantage that like the athletes over there get that we.
yeah, I did see quite a few. So there is some blood glucose testing done on the treadmill, and they correlate that with your VO2 max, that is how much oxygen you consume whilst you're running.
Yeah.
So they try to collaborate your blood glucose and your oxygen levels, and then prescribe training based on the findings of that test. So
Wow.
that was one. Then they put the 3D motion sensors on your body
Yeah.
to see how your body is moving, and
Biometric, something
um,
thing,
mechanics. Yes. So
biomechanics. Yeah.
yes. So that can be helpful for injury rehabilitation as well as performance.
Yeah. So I mean, mad dude. Like this is my most interest. I'm most interested in sport tech.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that really triggers me and gets me inspired. Like see, I got this Whoop band as well. The
Okay.
for the recovery thing, I feel like it's better than the
Right.
other watches and stuff.
Yes.
And
So
yeah,
what all does your watch tell you in general? Like few things
it
which are,
It normally, I mean, I don't know what the other watches say, but
yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
it gives me sleep data and
Okay.
sleep quality as well, like REM
Okay.
sleep, how much is
Yeah.
my REM
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
Then I can test my food and everything and see what
Right.
what went
Yeah.
wrong that day.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
sleep data
Okay.
and recovery, it gives me heart rate variability.
Right.
It gives me does more like something breathing related as well.
Okay.
Resting heart rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so
Yeah.
much.
Wow.
Like
Okay. That's
yeah.
brilliant.
And I mean those kind of things really help. I mean you
Yeah.
can do your experience can help you, but then technology is something which is the standard. I mean,
Yeah.
did you feel that like there's a huge difference now, or are we getting here in India? Are we getting
Yeah.
it by like are we missing the mark just by like 3 to 6 months, or do you think it's like 2 or 3 years off?
Yeah. So the thing is, the companies of these technologies, they have started expanding now in India.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen they have business development managers and all of that. I,
Yeah.
I think where we are lacking now, and this might trigger, I don't know, the audience who are seeing this,
I always want triggers, man. Yeah.
is that the people who are using this technology are not properly trained in India. That's where the issue is lying. And that's why if you see the people in Olympics or the athletes who are performing well have got the foreign coaches.
Okay.
And I think that's where India, and again, this might trigger, but I think our Indian practitioners need to go outside India to learn things.
Right.
And in the meantime, we might have to fill the space with foreign practitioners because they might be ahead of us.
I'm honestly tired of foreign coaches coming in and teaching us things. Like, it's not, I mean, if you're in your field
Yeah,
and you're like an expert in your field, you
yeah.
can just, Indians can't do it. Like, I don't know.
I agree, but then our education of the
Our
practitioner,
education, yeah, I mean, that is not equipping people enough.
yeah,
Maybe. So, like, what do you think? Like, my main aim of this podcast or interview or
yeah,
knowledge share is to
yeah,
understand or make it easy for anyone to make a decision where to stay in Mumbai or to go outside. That's my main.
okay,
And committing
okay,
to like countries abroad right now, especially, is very
yeah,
confusing because of the economies in the West, and there's
yeah,
too many confusing things happening.
yeah,
So how does one decide? Okay, committing for a year or two gets difficult. So then, like, finding internships, or like
yeah,
how do they go about, like, these people that you're talking about are coaches who
yeah.
are who are who have the degree, but how do they get that little bit of skill training?
Yes, so I think Indian government will have to step in here, or maybe the authorities and organizations where they have tie-ups with foreign places, which I think for some athletes it's already there. For Mirabai Chanu, she goes to USA.
Okay.
Neeraj Chopra goes to Germany or USA for training. So
Okay.
if athletes can do that, we can do similar things for the practitioners and the coaches.
Right. Yeah, why not? Yeah, great idea.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
like shout out to Victoria Institute in
Yeah.
Melbourne. That's what I recommend that some anyone should go like to
Yeah.
train there because they have
Yeah.
world class stuff there.
Yeah.
And Victorian Institute of Sport or Victoria University, either or is
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah.
But and you recommend Leeds or Loughborough.
Love, bro. Yes, in the
Yeah.
UK.
Lot
Yeah.
of lot of sport people are coming out of Loughborough. Like and like overall, what do you think the UK and like the environment in UK right now? Is it like how's things going for you? Everything smooth?
So the thing is, the immigration market has reached a saturation
Yeah.
because they opened the gates for a lot of people about 4 or 5 years back. So it feels like it's been filled in now.
Okay.
So that scenario might start changing slowly, where people might not find jobs easily anymore.
Right.
I know a lot of physio colleagues who did their masters and whatever couple of years back, and they have left and gone back to India now.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of sad. But
yeah,
I mean, there's a definitely some advantage when you go abroad and study or do something in a science field,
yeah,
other than or science or accounting and finance.
yeah,
Because it's like proper hard science. If you go out and do a people's degree, like a management
yeah.
degree, it's way harder to find yourself settled. Don't you think so?
True, I absolutely agree. There are few fields where there's a lot of openings and demands all the time. Especially the medical field, you will always have a
Oh,
demand.
how can I find? Yeah, in science covers it, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, any country.
yeah,
So, but again, with the immigration, there's a limit. If you end up getting too many people,
yeah,
that demand's gonna get
yeah.
fulfilled.
Man, that's crazy. And
Yeah.
what do you think now? Like, how are you looking at UK in the next 5 years, 10 years down the line, and how are you looking at India? What do you think about India though? I've like still not gotten your views on the next 5 to 10 years on India as well. It will be quite crazy.
Yeah,
Do you miss India, firstly?
of course, I'm quite nostalgic when it comes to that. I
Yeah.
miss my family and friends a lot. I haven't been to India in the last 3 years because first masters, then another job, then football, and it's difficult to get leaves in football. You can't take a leave in the middle of the season.
You can just go for the weekend, but not more than that.
Oh,
Like,
exactly, exactly. And off season, you might see players who are injured, and you might have to do their rehab.
uh,
Yeah. So that's the thing. But India, if I ever plan to come back, I have certain ideas, and it's mainly to do
I'm excited.
revolutionize. It's mainly to revolutionize how sports work.
Yeah.
But I know it's not going to be a easy thing. I will require a
Uphill,
lot of
uphill,
people and their support.
uphill all.
But of course, to work towards getting India better in sports and contributing towards Olympic success and Commonwealth and World Games,
Yeah.
uh, but for me, I also still need to get a lot of experience from different countries. So my next goal in 5 years is probably to keep roaming around the world whilst working,
Yeah.
pick up things from different countries, maybe not just stay in UK.
Hmm.
And then when I finally come back, I have a big toolkit. I know how things work, and then I can implement that in
Wow.
some sector somewhere.
What places are exciting you the most at the moment? Do you
So,
want to like it's up to you. If you want to keep it a secret, you can keep it a secret as well.
of course, there is the States, Australia, and Middle East.
Nice. Yeah.
These
If you
three,
if you ever go to Australia, then
yeah.
like I'm your guy.
Absolutely, I'll get in touch with you for that.
Yeah.
My mentor was from Australia, Continuum Physiotherapy. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah, yeah. Continuum physiotherapy, like
Yeah,
the one in Mumbai.
yeah, yeah. I started my professional journey from there, and my mentor, Dr. Kruti Khemani, who's a very renowned sports physio in Mumbai, was in Australia for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I mean, Australia is a really nice place. If
yeah.
you can, you should definitely go there. But apart from it, USA and the and you said the Middle East?
Middle East. The reason being, a lot of the best practitioners in the world are floating there. Could
Okay.
for different reasons. One could be money, lifestyle, or whatever it is. But a lot of good practitioners are there, and you will see a lot of elite athletes, like for example, Virgil van Dijk, Djokovic. When they had their knee injuries, they went for their rehab to Middle East.
To Middle East. Oh, I
Yeah,
thought they went. A lot of people go to the USA. I mean, the way you were saying, the Indians, Mirabai, went
yeah,
to the US.
yeah,
So the people who from India who went to the US, they went
yeah.
for training or rehab.
So Mirabai Chanu went for rehab to a guy who owns this Instagram page called Scott University. Yeah.
Interesting.
So he did Mirabai's rehab and also helped her with performance training because he used to be an Olympic lifter himself.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Whereas Neeraj goes mainly to abroad countries like Germany or USA for performance. He
Okay.
has his own physio who is Indian.
Oh, so he
Yeah.
has his own physio who's Indian, but he also
Yeah.
goes to these
Yeah.
things.
So if you ever see his picture, you will always see two people. One is the
Okay.
coach and the other guy is his physio who goes around everywhere with it.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's definitely a must. I mean,
Yeah.
especially for these high profile athletes. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like just wrapping things up. I mean,
Yeah.
you have USA and now Middle East that you were talking about. It's exciting. I mean, even I am like looking forward now that you have shown some cards of yours. I'll also probably
Yeah.
I'm giving the agents exam, and I'm thinking about exploring it. It's a FIFA agents exam, and I'm thinking
Okay.
about exploring Saudi because the football scene really has picked up there.
Yeah.
Now, I'll ask you, I mean, I don't know if you've explored this space, but I have an option to either explore it in Canada or Canada, US or Saudi. What do you,
Yeah.
which way? Because that's where, like in Miami, FIFA has set up a new
Yeah.
full, they're completely trying to move from Switzerland
Yeah.
to Miami. So which one do you think, like,
So I would recommend Saudi because
yeah,
someone would say FIFA World Cup is going to be in the USA, but after USA, it's in Saudi.
right.
And development, of course, the USA call football as soccer. So
It's a big,
that's one thing.
yeah.
I wouldn't personally recommend USA and Canada because there's a little bit of showboating for football over there.
And the worst part is, dude, they charge kids, man.
Yeah.
They charge kids so much to just play. Like it's just the
Yeah.
worst thing that anyone can do. And Indians are also following that method because,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas the developments in Saudi is massive for football, so I would recommend that more.
yeah, I'll take that advice from you.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it's been great catching up. And
Same.
I'm really hoping you kind of reach those clubs as well, the ones that yeah, in the Premier League that we've grown up
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
I mean, best of luck with
Thank
your
you. Yeah.
pursuit, man.
Thank you very much, Pratik. Thank you.
I'm gonna stop the video here just one
Okay.
second.